It's an old saying, but for every cartoon, every good one that is, they get canceled as easily as soon as, well, 3 seasons. And for every bad cartoon, they last about 10 years if they're lucky. Or over 3 seasons. So, ever had that weird feeling that you could overcome your worst nightmares again? Despite the ugly audio on the first list. A hard-ass list to do. Because a bunch of people got so much criticism on it. So, here it comes. The top 10 worst cartoons. 2nd edition. And yes, I have watched these. 1 or more episodes each. And... oh, right. Rules. But slightly altered from the last one.
This is one of the fine examples of how you fuck up a show from the books. Yeah, it's not really based off the Melanie Watt books, but it's still here on the list. I've watched this for shits and giggles, but I've never seen such a giant stain of squirrel shit ever. The intro is like putting nails on a chalkboard. Sketty is less of a pussy and more of an annoying shit. Dave is as dumb as bricks, his boss is an asshole, the humour is dead beyond poor, and the episode plots are everything that you're expecting them to be. Rip-offs from other shows that are overdone to death. Need I say more?
Teen Titans Go! Away! You all expected to see this around, but this is not number 1. I've seen way worse, even though this is one of the obvious. But let's cut the crapola and see how the show pissed everyone off! Number 1. The fans were expecting a reboot or continuation of the 2003 series, but no. The lack of villains, except Tara as she appeared in one of the episodes, so Number 3. They turned the Teen Titans into a bunch of blinking freaking idiots! And number 4. The writing, morals, characters, etc., are all terrible! Enough said about this turd salad. Next!
Butt Ugly Martians. Remember when 3D CG animated shows were like this? Yeah, one of those shows is called Butt Ugly Martians. No kidding. This is a show that's painful to look at first, and stays there. The voice acting is corny, the animation is laughable, the writing is bad, but not as bad as the others on the list. The characters are not really likable, but simple as cardboard. And some of the things that just doesn't make sense, like BKM. What the fuck's BKM stand for? Butt kicking Martians? Maybe BUM seems too much.
My Life Me. Alright people, think of your favourite anime for a second. Now think about it when it took place in Canada, was flash animated, and had every single anime cliche added except for fan service and big racks, and put them all into school. You get My Life Me, the dumbest fanime ever made. But when finding information for the show, why it's awful, I got to My Life Without Me, so just the writing in this is dull, the voices are tolerable but not that good, and they had various cardboard cutout school student stereotypes, from the wannabe cool guy to the alpha bitches. The episode ideas are pretty much like any other show which involved teenagers in school or the damn mall or whatnot. This, and that. One episode is a common premise, that love message technique using cell phones. You remember these? Yeah, and the messages are love poetry. And Birch and her friend Liam try to help her bitch friend, the skater chick, whose name to pass an English test by sending these notes who she thinks is from a secret admirer. And what do they get in return? They get shit, that's what. Also, why is this guy Liam always putting on his glasses and taking them off again throughout the series? It's annoying. Don't tell me he's been doing this throughout the whole series because of just reasons.
The Brothers Grunt. What? You think the 2000s get all the slots? Well, this show was made by the same guy who did Ed, Edd and Eddy, Danny Antonucci. Danny Antonucci. This is a 90s show dated back in 1994, and this had nothing in common with the Eds. This show is horrifying to look at, involving some of that surrealism. The voices are pretty much atrocious. And the intro, oh god, the intro is dead ugly. What about the writing? It's tolerable in the 90s, even though it aired on MTV and contained some small music video segments. Characters? They look poop-tastic as intended. Recommended? Unless you like sitting on the toilet emptying your sick stomach, no!
Pixel Pinkie. Think Johnny Test, only blander. You get Pixel Pinkie. This show only aired in Australia, aka the place where literally everything can kill you. This show is not related to MLP, so cross that off the list. But it involves Nina, the orange-haired protagonist who got a pink cell phone on her birthday, and the phone had some magic in it which can summon a pixie fairy thing named Pixel Pinkie. Hey, this reminds me of something. But wait, there's more. She's able to grant any wish, anything she wants, and when one wish goes wrong, they had to fix it. Do you get the similarities yet? They're ripping off a shitty cartoon and a once great cartoon. The writing is lackluster, the characters are unlikable, the ideas and plots are stupid as Johnny Test, like popping a damn zit to clone a more retarded version of yourself. You'd be better off watching the static from your TV than this shit.
Sonic Underground. I said that no Sonic series is safe, but this show... Many Sonic fanboys hate this show. Unlike the other cartoons on this list, this actually has a story. A very, 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 very mediocre story. Sonic Underground is one of these shows you probably remember as a kid. Or maybe you don't. No, I'm not a fucking mind reader. Sonic had siblings named Sonia and Manic. Ugh. Bloody original names, guys. The story for this is that Robotnik is turning the citizens of some metropolis somewhere into robotics, or Terminators, or... I don't know, some shit. Sonic, Sonia, and Manic's mother is a queen who abandoned them because... Oracle. Oracle explains everything! The three wear medallions which can be turned into musical instruments. It wouldn't be much of a problem if the pacing and execution didn't suck. Which it does.
TD All-Stars! I also mentioned that total drama isn't safe either, but I was going to pick Roddy, where the whole season is fluxered by making the characters barely likable and a bit more evil, especially Scott, that new level of bat shivers. But All-Stars snatches the whole cake. Many TD fans knew this was coming. Let's see here on why the season is the worst. Number 1, the cast choice and team placing were poor, and people were asking why Sam, that geek who banged this creature, is in this season. The humor is missing and replaced with toilets and 12-year-old jokes. The challenges are complete crap, comparing Roddy and before. And number 4, most of the characters became stale. For example, Duncan was a cool punk kind of a guy. Now he became lame. Zoe was nice and became bland. And Chris. Oh, Chris. Yeah. You're better off watching the early seasons of TD.
People say that Clarence is one of the worst shows due to its gross-out humor and Clarence's autistic personality. Hey, this reminds me of other decent and semi-decent shows that have gross-out humor and annoying or autistic voices. Is Clarence really on this list? Clarence had this childhood nostalgic charm in the series. Importantly, it had some decency, but my actual choice is Uncle Grandpa. Yeah, the sharks were jumped, but let me tell you this. The show was trying to be funny, but can't. It contained unfunny shit which was dated back in the old age of cartoons, had the same amount of originality as Zynga, the character designs seemed as lazy as possible on purpose, a retarded man-child, a walking pizza, a photorealistic tiger which lacks animation, and a lizard who sounded too black. It also lacks any semblance of a narrative that all the top tier CN shows currently have, like Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Towwog, etc. Their episode ideas are too basic, the writing is shit, bottom line, it sucks.
Nunchucks. It literally says on the title, but I don't have any evidence why they suck balls. Or I'm limiting myself due to adding too much 2000s and 2010 cartoons. Sanjay and Craig. Pretty much a bromance show with a guy and his snake friend. The art is pretty much Bob's Burgers, and the humor is stale at times, but not enough to join the 10 list. Dick Entertainment's Legend of Zelda. Well, excuse me, princess. The only memorable line in the entire cartoon. A dick move by Dick Entertainment. Wayside. Basically not the best choice to add on the list, because due to the bare minimal bones of bad writing, and some of the characters are mostly what they are in the books, most of the kids in the show doesn't have any personality, and one of them is more retarded than a potato. One of the episodes is actually based off the very first chapter of the books, but they try to make sense of it due to the absence of Todd, because movie. Darkstalkers, oh wait a minute. American Darkstalkers. Yeah, there's a crack a ton of video game adaptations of cartoons back in the 80s and 90s, but this show is pretty much cheesy comparing to the anime itself. There's also Street Fighter, Mario, and there's also Mortal Kombat. Yes, Mortal Kombat, the kids show. This to this. Yep, I'm off topic. So tell me, what is the worst cartoon? Who dared to come across the problem solvers? What is more vile and disgusting than the Brothers Grunt? What is more tasteless than the characters from TD All-Stars and Teen Titans Go? And what is more butt ugly than the butt ugly Martians? And why the frank did this show get a high rating from the IMDB? Well, let me tell you this. This one show is all of these. This biggest crap biscuit is called Mr. Pickles.
Overall, Gravity Falls is a kid show, and oh my god, is that blood? What is, oh jeez, why is there blood coming out of the animals' heads? I don't know what's going on here, folks.
Alphanumeric categorization?
Thrilling! Yeah, listen, why don't you guys come on over?
Gosh, Eddie, a tad late, don't you think? I mean, Ed was finally going to... Please let go of my leg, Ed.